Allow me to speak directly to our World War II veterans. You might not like this. You are my heroes.
Welcome to the Freedom Pavilion. Wait till you see this thing.
The price your generation paid for our liberty is simply staggering. I'm honored to be in your presence. Thank you for showing my generation and the ones to follow that if a country is good enough to live in, it is good enough to fight for.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Let's go. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm Gary Sinise. Welcome to Soaring Valor. We're going to have a great time on this trip. Hi there.
Thank you so much. Gary, this is Millie Taylor.
Millie, how are you? It's a real pleasure. Yes, sir. Together with American Airlines and my staff at the Gary Sinise Foundation, the National WWII Museum, we created the Soaring Valor program, and today we're taking 35 veterans from Los Angeles and Phoenix down to the museum. We'll spend the whole day at the museum tomorrow and then bring them home. It's just wonderful to be able to see them actually experience the museum that was built in their honor.
So, on behalf of American Airlines, our Veterans Military Initiatives program, are you ready to go to New Orleans?
At this time, we would like to start our boarding process.
Are you flying the plane?
No, I went in to give some advice.
Oh, good.
Compliments of the firefighter rescue.
What can I get you, sir? I'm all dressed.
How about a Coke?
A Coke, sir.
You gonna do the dishes too?
This is a full-service Soaring Valor.
You look good.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna give it that to you, sir. There's a nice lasagna for you. These good Italian boys over here. They like it to eat.
That Chef Boyardee.
Well, let's have a lasagna. It's right there.
Just what I wanted. Without you, I wouldn't have made it. My once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Thank you, sir.
I hear somebody say we're no longer a great country. People like you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I'm honored to be here with you and to have you here.
Shortly after the tours of the liberated camps, a reporter asked my grandfather how he felt now that he had won the war. And he very intently looked at him. He said, "I did not win the war. It was G.I. Joe who won the war."
He and his platoon commanders have given us an example of loyalty, devotion to duty, and indomitable courage that will live in our hearts as long as we admire those qualities in men.
I don't know what to say.
Thanks so much, guys.
You do have legs, Lieutenant.
I got you said that. Thank you. As I look back on the long, torturous trail when an entire world lived in fear, when democracy was on the defensive everywhere, when modern civilization trembled in the balance, I thank a merciful God that He has given us the faith, the courage, and the power from which to mold victory. Powerful words from General MacArthur as the Second World War was finally over. We stand here today as free people because of you.
We're well over 100 World War II veterans that Gary Sinise has brought here with American Airlines, and it seemed like they have the best day of their lives, the best time of their lives while they're here.
What was your job, Pat?
Torpedo man.
You were?
So I made 4 war patrols, successful. We sunk 17 ships.
This is torpedo troops.
There you go.
There's the torpedo track.
Yeah, we can't replicate it exactly, but
give you the feeling?
No, that was better than replicating it exactly. You don't want all that water coming in. We were luckier than the Tang. We didn't have a torpedo misfire and turn around and come back and hit us. We had lousy torpedoes at the beginning of the war. We would fire it and we would hear a clunk. When it hit the enemy ship, it wouldn't explode. And of course, they heard the clunk too, so then they'd come looking for us with depth charges.
The epic scale of this war is just beyond belief. And so many of our countrymen, and especially our youth, have no idea what this country went through to build an armed forces of some 16 million from 500,000. And we were outnumbered 20-1 at the beginning of the war.
I had 5 brothers in the service and myself, there was 6. I had a brother that was in North Africa fighting with Patton, and I had a brother that was killed in Normandy, in the landing in Normandy. He drove a half-track.
So he was driving this when he was killed.
And I'm proud to say that all of my brothers volunteered when they went into service in World War II.
We have a special exhibit called Fighting for the Right to Fight, and it's an African-American experience in World War II.
I've seen a lot of things that brought back memories, and everything to me seems to be very accurate.
A real P-51 come in here.
Yeah.
I was just telling them how beautiful that P-51 was when we first saw it.
Plane that won the war.
Yeah?
They had 99 Tuskegee Airmen, 66 were killed. In 2007, President Bush presented them at the White House the gold medal.
The Tuskegee Airmen helped win a war, and you helped change our nation for the better.
I know you have one of these. Did you go to the ceremony?
Yes, I did. So that was one of the emotional highlights of my time was that.
It was way overdue.
Yeah.
And the medal that we confer today means that we're doing a small part to ensure that your story will be told and honored for generations to come.
Televised that on C-SPAN, and I was able to watch.
Oh, you really?
We were able to watch you when the president did the presentation.
Right.
And I know he saluted you afterwards.
Yeah, no, that was a highlight.
I salute you for the service to the United States of America.
Yeah, it was really all right.
I think it's just the joy, the memory, the tears, and to know that they're appreciated.
Oh my goodness, they gave me a birthday cake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm going to be 101 April 24th. The girls that sang happy birthday to me and then gave me a kiss on my head.
For them, I think that the best story is getting kissed by all the victory bells, because they never take the lipstick off their faces.
Oh, nice.
Gotta have one of those.
You look good. I love it.
Gary began to understand through his Uncle Jack how important it was to save these stories. And he called me up and said, Nick, can I help? What can I do? And I said, if you could help us support one more historian, we've got, I think, 6 at the time. That'll be another few hundred of these stories that we can capture.
I drove Burma Road, you know, and as you walk in, there's the truck. The trucks that we had 113 trucks in our convoy, and there's the truck that I drove sitting right there. That's it. That's the old Deuce and a Half. It took us 28 days to drive the Burma Road, and it's over 1,000 miles. And then my wife tells me how to drive.
And the stories, you and I can read a book, we can watch a movie, but to hear it from somebody else's voice, you got emotion, you can hear what they went through.
Of course, war is so terrible that when you finish your term, you'd like to do anything in the world to prevent it again.
One of them said last time that I'm glad my story is going to be told here, and said he was grateful for what we were doing. And I thought that that was about as good as it gets.
I became interested in World War II because of what my grandfather did. He was a radio operator on B-17s,
He served in the 15th Air Force, was stationed in Foggia, Italy. I have his picture up on my desk, and I can tell you it's great to look at his picture and know that we're doing something for him.
My wish would be that we get all the school kids here to see this.
I've been to a lot of museums, but this takes the cake. It's the best one.
Does that look like a uniform you might know?
These suits we wore every day, and that was our dress suit.
You wore that one every day?
Oh,
instead of your scrub?
Yeah, white blouse.
What a good trip, huh?
You just treat me like a royalty.
Thank you. Well, you deserve it. Happy birthday. You still got lipstick on your cheek.
Great trip. It's not over yet.
Mail call.
Lumpkin.
Wiper.
There you go, Ted.
Lily Hendrick, United States
Mail
Merchant
call.
Marine.
Oh, how about that? That's for you. You got some mail.
All right, thank you. That was a big thing, you know.
You bet.
I am so grateful. I'm 96 years old. I would never have had that opportunity. It's been magnificent.
I had the greatest time I've never forget this.
And we have a special treat. Let me introduce to you Henry Johnson.
On a wonderful day like today, I defy any clouds to appear in the sky. Dare any raindrops to plop in my eyes. On a wonderful day like today.
Let's hear it for him,